Misery is a part of a project called Out of the Blue, which is partly sponsored by the Arts Council, and this is the last of 5 plays.
Immaġina li l-awtur favorit tiegħek iddiżappuntak bil-kbir għaliex qatel lill-karattru favorit tiegħek fl-aħħar ktieb li ħareġ. Immaġina wkoll li lil dan l-awtur ġiek iċ-ċans li żżommu ostaġġ wara li salvajtlu ħajtu. Din hija l-istorja tad-dramm Misery.
We are lucky enough to have Izzy and Alan and Victor de Bono, 3 established actors. They've worked with Masquerade, before, and this is basically it's a novel by Stephen King. We won't divulge too much of the story, but people know the film, and obviously to get the tension and the mood and the psychological thriller in a live audience, it's hugely difficult, but I think we have the ammunition to actually go for it.
It's a classic stalker story about a writer, famous writer from New York, who crashes his car in the middle of nowhere and is rescued by a woman who lives in a remote sort of farmhouse area. But it turns out that she's his #1 fan, and she tries to nurse him back to health. One thing leads to another in terms of plot twists, but she doesn't want him to leave. So she tries to hold him there as a hostage. It's a classical psychological thriller where we don't know how it's going to end up. Will he ever get out of there? And there are lots of moments within the play where he does try to get out, but doesn't succeed.
To believe if he was semi-unconscious, you do have to really massage his
Annie,
throat.
played by Isabel Warrington,
Is the #1 fan. And Alan Paris, who plays Paul the writer, is her victim, if you like.
There is a 3rd character in this, actually, played by Victor de Bono. He plays
Buster, the local police officer, he's like the local sheriff. He meets an interesting demise during the piece as well.
It's quite an interesting play because I was in this play back in England many years ago when it used to be a 2-hander, but now it's a 3-hander.
Just need to make sure. Is that sling? Does that sling work?
No, she's going to get along.
If you look behind me, we've got this revolving
Stage, because we see Paul's attempted journeys.
So you have the bedroom, the dark corridor, the kitchen, all of which are revealed to the audience.
Sometimes they see both fascias, so they see her in the kitchen and him in the bedroom, but it's quite an interesting effect. But it's a highly technical show. It's got lots of props, lots of sounds, lots of light changes. And because this space works perfectly, Masquerade's blue box works perfectly for this play because it's lovely and it makes it feel claustrophobic.
Do you understand me?
You're right on top of the action. And so it's ideally set here. And the revolving stage was kind of an idea of the Aldo, who is the Italian designer, said you can only do this with a revolving stage, isn't the only other way to do it. And it does work, it works really, really well, and it's very effective. Alan and Victor and Isabel I've worked with before, so they're a nice knitted together cast. Isabel Warrington, for people who do know her, they will have never seen her
like this before, because she's a very, very attractive woman, and I've had to make her ugly, if you like.
So that brings another
kind of strange dimension to the whole piece.
Look, because when he...
Misery will be put up at the Blue Box here at Imsida's Masquerade Theatre on the 18th and 19th, which is Saturday and Sunday, and then the following weekend, 23, 24, 25, 26.